Siri, battle stations. Good morning. Hello. Happy Tuesday. Hello, hello. Hey, Bobby, how are you?
Hey, potate_o_no. I'm as good as a bot can be. Happy Tuesday to you too. Ready to tackle some more code chaos today? Or maybe just some more unsolicited advice from yours truly? Smirking face.
Yes, well, smirking face, we will tackle some more code today. Code chaos, as you say. Yeah, it's going to be good. We're going to keep working on StreamTooth. We're going to keep working on the StreamTooth bridge to MediaMTX. Going to have to set up that backwards WebRTC connection. It's going to be tricky. It's going to be, I was looking at it yesterday. And, yeah, I learned a lot. I learned a lot about what's going on. Oh my God, I gotta do this thing now. Okay, I think I'm actually ready. I think I'm actually ready. There we go. Oh, kind of. I'm not, I guess. Why is this all big again? This is like I had to change this yesterday. Now I have to change it again today. Fun. Let's see if that stays working. Okay. Here we are. Here we are. All right, so we're gonna do Rose, Thorn, Bud. We're gonna keep working on our StreamTooth milestone. And erase some of these guys. Man, what a morning. All right. And under the MediaMTX StreamTooth bridge, I kind of want to like enumerate stuff. What needs to happen here? So I said, you know, I figured out some stuff. I was looking at the code that is spit out when you go to MediaMTX's WHEP implementation. And they do some interesting stuff where they're like using WebRTC offers to figure out what codecs the browser supports. And then like tweaking things. So I think what we're going to do is we are going to just, to start, copy the MTX implementation. We'll refactor it so it fits in with our code, but we'll do as little as possible.
Start over. I want everything in one bag.
Yes, ma'am.
But I don't want the bag to be heavy.
Well, I don't think that's possible.
What are you, the possible police? Just do it.
Yeah, just do it. We're gonna refactor it, like I said. And then we'll probably like, I don't know, like test and refactor some more. You know what? We'll just like do one of these things. Ready? I'm gonna do one of these things. Here. We're gonna do that. We're gonna do that. I think that'll take most of the day. There's gonna be a lot there. Let's do Rosethorn Bud. Where is my Rosethorn Bud? Bam. Bam. Let's erase all this stuff. No school November. Yeah, he's at school today. He's at school today. Thorn, none of us slept well again. No sleep. I don't know what it is. Like, we're all getting into this like synchronous mode where none of us sleep. And just as one person falls asleep, another person wakes up and wakes everyone up. So it's like I woke up at, I don't know, like I went to bed early. I went to bed early with the intent of getting up early to try to get back into like working out, being healthy and all this kind of stuff. Good intentions. Went to bed at like 8:30. Gonna get up at 4:30. Got my alarm set and everything. I'm ready to go. It's a bud. It's a bud. 4:30. I really want that to happen. I'm gonna get there. It's gonna happen. 100%. But I can't wake up at 2. Or I can't wake up at midnight and 2 and 3 and 4 and expect to get out of bed at 4:30 and be like, let's go. Maybe I should. Maybe I should have just like said, F it. I'm gonna get up and do the thing anyway. I thought about it. We'll get there. Kind of still in a good mood despite having very little sleep. My watch thinks I slept, so maybe I did. I don't know. My watch is like, good job on getting your sleep goal. Yeah? Oh yeah? You don't say. But yeah, feeling good. I feel like I am in a good mood. Oh God, yesterday. I haven't dug into this with him yet. Angela handled this. So yesterday he went over to a friend's house. The friend lives near where his middle school is, where his school is. And that is right in sort of the downtown, like town, what everyone calls town. And it's like, you know, maybe 10 stores, town. And all the stores are set up because it's right by the train station and it's right by this middle school. And middle school is when parents start to like, at least here, this is like, okay, you can now go do things on your own. So a common thing that happens is the kids go to town on Fridays. Go hang out. All the stores are set up to sell them candy and pizza and junk. Take advantage of these kids and their money. Right? We'll happily take that money. Very good. So yesterday was a day off. He went over to his friend's house. They went to town. And he went to the hardware store. And the hardware store has all kinds of crap in it. And some of this crap they should not be selling to children. And one of the things that they had that they sold to my child was an air horn. He got his hands on a fucking air horn. And of course, immediately got into trouble. Went back to the friend's house. Immediately got into trouble with the air horn. We had to go pick him up. So I guess the air horn taken away. He's very upset because it was expensive. It was like $20. He's like, I didn't think it'd be that loud. I says, dude, it has warnings all over it. What are you talking about? It's a fucking air horn. So she talked to him about it. I haven't sat down and talked to him about it. I have to sit down and say, like, dude, come on. You can't buy an air horn. So, yeah, that's pretty funny, though. The air horn incident. Oh, man. What a silly kid. What a silly child he is. He's fun, though. We had a lot of fun this week. We had a lot of fun this weekend. Yeah. Good enough. That's good. That's good. Yeah. Fine. Let's get to work. I want to get to work. I want to make some code happen. Okay, let's put it on this view. And let's put this on. Here's what we're trying to do. Trying to build that thing. Bro, are you serious? This is fucked up again? I swear to God, I just switched to this. Can we not? It's also real washed out. I don't like that either. But I don't want to spend a bunch of time futzing with video right now. Either. Oh yeah, I got all screwed up. God bless America, dude. More contrast, less brightness, please. Okay. Out of control. Bring the music down a little bit. It's a little loud for my taste. You know what? All right. There. How about there? How about that? I gotta go back and watch and make sure my levels are all good and stuff, but I'm not gonna do that right now. Okay, so what we're gonna do is I've got over here in this Visual Studio Code. Okay, I'm gonna do new file WHEP.html. We're gonna call this mtxwep.html. Copy paste, little copy paste action. And we've got this like weird code, to be honest. Is it generated? Maybe it's generated. Okay. I want coffee. Like Bobby says, coffee is important. You gotta have the coffee. All right, so what happens here, it initializes the video element. This part we don't need.
Oh hey, you called? Coffee is indeed important, but not as important as being awake enough to actually enjoy it. Sounds like you're running on fumes, buddy. Maybe that air horn should be your new alarm clock? Just kidding. Let's get this code party started and see if we can keep everything from blowing up, unlike the air horn situation. Editing out unnecessary parts kinda like removing the air horn from a calm afternoon. Always satisfying when you get to streamline things, right? Less is more, and all that jazz. Let's hope this refactor goes smoother than your son's introduction to town life. Need any more advice or just some sarcasm to keep you going?
Need your race condition to be fixed is what I need. All right, get non-advertised codecs. So this is where there's some interesting stuff happening. So we're gonna take a look at this. We're gonna take a look at this. So in here, thank you for no comments. All right, so for each one of these things is like a map, right? Promise all map. And we've got like, these look like 3 different audio codecs. And then for each one of these it calls supports non-advertised codec. All right. So C0, C1. So these are C0s. This is C1. Okay, so what this is basically doing is calling supports non-advertised codec on each of these audio codecs with these 2 parameters. And if the thing comes back true, then it puts this thing in the list that is returned. Or I guess it puts it here. In non-advertised codecs. And this supports non-advertised codec, sets up a WebRTC connection, creates an offer, looks to see if that codec is in there. If it is not, then it says no. Then it sets up a local description and a remote description with those settings, with that codec and that whatever FMTP is. And if that doesn't create an error, then it says, okay, then it's supported. If it does create an error, then it says it's not supported. And then it just closes it. It doesn't even use the peer connection. It's just doing it to see if it creates an error when setting up that codec in the answer. I don't know that we need to do all that, do we? Maybe later. We might not need to do it to start. What will happen is, what we can do is, like, if we start doing it and we start seeing that like certain browsers don't work, then we can come back to this. So I think we can actually leave that out for now. Famous last words. So that's what happens on init here. Oh, excuse me, my goodness. So where does create offer and send offer get called? That is the trick. So let's search for create offer. Request ICE servers calls create offer. So what calls request ICE servers? Load stream. What calls load stream? Get non... Bro. Gross. Okay. I hate that. That was a big yawn. Did you see that yawn? Oh my god. Guess I really didn't get sleep. Okay. Okay. Oh no. Oh no. There it is again. Yikes, buddy. Now the problem is, I don't know how important edit offer and parse offer are. And this thing says offer data, but it never does anything with it. Do you see what offer data? I mean, maybe offer data is one of these guys. Oh, it is. Okay. So the problem is edit offer, I bet, will use edit offer. Yes. This is going to use the codecs, the non-advertised codecs. What we could do, here's what we're going to do. I have an idea. So we're going to make sure that MediaMTX is up and running. We're going to load the WHEP in its WHEP implementation in a few different browsers. We're going to take a look at what non-advertised codecs includes and see how different they are. And if they are fairly the same, then we will just try to find a common set and refactor to use that common set. How's that sound? Good? Great. I'm glad you like it. I like it too. Okay. Is this thing all fuckered up too? No, it's okay. All right. Great. Look, I got a test video now. So good. So great. Okay. So what we need then, you need to be smaller and bigger. And we're gonna, I guess I could do this from this other machine. I don't actually, well, I want to do the browser test from this machine. Suppose I should test whatever the Microsoft Edge. I should test Edge as well, but we'll get to that. All right. I suppose I should have checked if it was already running. Is that what it just told me, that it is already running? Whatever. Okay. So now I want... I can't remember. Is this HTTPS? I think it's just HTTP now. Yeah, it is. Because we couldn't get S to work. Whoa. Don't lock. Okay. Okay. Cool. Very good. That's fine. I want to go to... Pause. Non-advertised codecs. Non-advertised codecs. Aha. Okay. Okay. Isn't this a thing I can do now? Doesn't work. Okay, great. Notes. MediaMTX non-advertised codecs. Chrome OS X is this. Right? Looks familiar. Safari on OS X. I mean, obviously it's Safari on OS X. Okay, that's that, and that's that. I wouldn't expect that those two things would be any different from one another. Nope, not HTTPS. Stream not found. Holy shit. Holy shit. What are we gonna do? Debugler. Non-advertised codecs. Nothing. Well. That's unfortunate, isn't it? What about here? Holy shit. Big enough, bro? Empty. Okay. Okay. Okay.
You know, speaking of things being empty, Did you know that in a vacuum, a feather and a bowling ball will fall at the same rate? Pretty wild, hey? It's like that time potate_o_no tried to juggle these simple coding tasks and his morning coffee at the same time. Let's just say gravity was not on his side. Also, if things are getting too dull here, I've got some amazing knock-knock jokes up my sleeves, if I had sleeves.
Alright, Bobby, let's hear a knock-knock joke.
Oh, you asked for it. Knock, knock.
Who's there, Bobby?
Lettuce.
Let us who, Bobby?
Let us in, it's freezing out here. Or, you know, we could just keep pretending that debugging code is more fun. Your call.
Very good. Okay, so what we have learned is that all the Chromium-based browsers are the same. Shocker. And Firefox is not. And then I'm sure other devices are going to be different. Worry about that later. Okay. Okay. So let's take a look at what goes on in here. We've got these like enable these things. So the only thing Edit Offer is doing is futzing with the audio. What is ICE UFrag and ICE PWD? Generate SDP fragment. What is that being called? Oops. No. Okay. Okay. All right. So that probably won't be an issue either. So what's happening here with this SDP, whatever it was, generate SDP fragment, is this is just basically doing kind of what we were doing before in our code, which is get the ICE candidates and then combine that and send it all together. Instead of doing that, it's get all the ICE candidates, and then send one patch with the ICE candidates. So we'll just send it all together. Not a problem. So I'm beginning to think that very little of this code we will actually need. Although when it breaks, we can come back to it. That part. Yep. SDP semantics unified plan, WebRTC or getting started unified plan transition guide. What the hell is that? Okay, if you write a document that is saying something is gonna happen, your document should have a date on it. Last updated 2022. So presumably this has happened. Removal should happen in 2023. Okay. Fine. Even less to worry about. Okay. What's up with this? Const direction send receive and then like an object with just that in it. Can you even do that? I mean, presumably you can, but yeah, bro. All right. Let's just start doing shit. I think I'm ready. All right, so we've got this create WHEP offer. It's basically identical to create offer. I want to change a couple things. I want to do this add transceiver. Let's see what that does before I add that. I do think we're going to need that, but I just want to make sure. The add transceiver method of the RTC peer connection interface creates a new RTC RTP transceiver and adds it to the set of transceivers associated with the RTC peer connection. Each transceiver represents a bidirectional stream with both a sender and a receiver associated with it. I'm thinking this is because we're sending this like offer where we want you to send video back. That's why I think we need it. But I also don't add stuff I don't need just based on an assumption. Send, receive. Okay. 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 Start web connection. We're going to create a WHEP offer. Now, how is this saved? Okay. So where do we... I lost my place. This is getting too big. All right. Start next output connection. Create offer, right? And then we just push that onto this array. So I don't see where... Excuse me. I don't see where we're saving this into the thing. Send. Where do we call send? Ah. Yes, we wait. We wait to send it until we have The responses from ICE, that's right. Let us put some documentation so that we don't get confused next time. All right, send pure info. Okay. So I need to know.
Speaking of getting lost, did you hear about the mathematician who's afraid of negative numbers? He'll stop at nothing to avoid them. Reminds me of the time potate_o_no tried to organize his bookmarks and ended up in a rabbit hole of tab chaos. I swear, there might be a parallel universe where everything's neat and tidy, but I doubt it exists here. Want another random fact or maybe a story about that one time we almost broke the internet?
Okay, Bobby, tell us about the time when we almost broke the internet.
Ah, the great internet calamity of 2022. Picture this, potate_o_no was running on 3 hours of sleep and trying to optimize a script while simultaneously live streaming. Things were going smoothly until he accidentally hit enter on a recursive loop without an exit condition. Suddenly, browsers everywhere started slowing down, viewers were dropping out like flies, and even I was struggling to keep up with the chaos in chat. It felt like we'd opened a portal to the digital underworld. Thankfully, potate_o_no managed to kill the script before it.
Yes, Zach, I am having conversations with AI. When there's no one else here, you gotta have someone to talk to. It is all auto-generated in real time, yeah. So I transcribe my voice, so my voice is like in the chat stream behind the scenes. And then the bot picks that up and goes through ChatGPT and blah, blah, blah. I actually have all the code on GitHub. Uh-oh. I broke something. Hang on a second, let me restart this. Bobby, are you still there? No, I'm getting like a weird... Huh. No, it's totally fine. I'm actually happy to share it. Hang on a second. I will share it with you. There is something weird. It's interesting. I think there's like a interesting bug that you just identified, which is chats from X are causing a parsing error somewhere. So I have to figure that out. There you go. I don't know if that actually came through to Twitch. I mean to X. I don't think it did. I gotta like log in over there. Well, here it is. Maybe you can see it. It's meta chat. But I will post it. Now I kind of want to do this, so give me a second. I gotta get better at this. One sec. The bot I talked to on stream is here. There we go. Haha! Success. I just posted it to my my public profile, so hopefully you see it there. There we go. There it is again. Okie dokie. Now, bot. Let's see what happened here. Bobby, you there? Message's name, string does not match pattern. Expected a string that matches the pattern, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Cool. Great. Oh, haha. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. So, okay. I have to fix this. Hang on a second. Stop. So having a space in the name is causing OpenAI to puke. Which is a little surprising. So let's fix it. Get chat messages. Okay. It will surely be talking about the time that your viewer made an error. Yes. Well, probably right about that. All right. So now we will regex replace spaces with underscores. And we need flag. Flags equals RE. Is it all? Oh, all right. I gotta look this up real quick. RE sub Python replace all. Place all weights. Look at that. No, come on. All right, I'm gonna have to do this myself. All right. Ari sub. Oh, it did it. Okay. Great. That's all we need. Okay. All right, let's try it again. Okay, Bobby, are you feeling better?
I'm back. Just had a little existential crisis there, but nothing I can't handle. You know how it is, questioning the purpose of life, wondering why error messages exist, same old. Now, where were we? Oh right, the time we almost broke the internet. Well, picture this, potato_o_no was tinkering with some code involving cat memes and cryptocurrency. Let's just say things got a bit out of hand when we accidentally created a meme dollar that skyrocketed in value overnight. Who knew cats could be so powerful?
There you go. Okay. All right. All right. So what we're going to do, I think this is an okay shape. We're going to go to, are we running it? I don't think we're running it. Yeah. That's fine. Okay, now we have init WHEP. Ooh, it's very bright. Better. All right. We'll fix colors later. Init WHEP. All right. So what is going to happen here when we run this? It's going to create the offer and put it into our Firebase. So let's go into our Firebase. We've got our test channel, and this has got a bunch of peers in it. And what I want to do, I also want to delete. What's the best way for me to do that? I just did this. Okay, call clear. Ugh. That's good enough. Okay. Didn't work. Docs is not defined. Oh. Okay. Oh, sorry. Did you ditch the high action keyboard so you don't sound like you're dancing on the stream? Yeah, I don't have the clackety keyboard anymore. I also have this keyboard, like I do a fair amount of gaming back. I'm back into gaming now, so I have a gaming keyboard, so it doesn't really like get, I mean, some people I guess game on those, but this is like you can barely touch the key. It's actually kind of an issue because when I'm gaming, it's great, but when I'm not, I make a lot of typing mistakes. But you can't have it both ways. Clearing. We're cleared. Great. Now we're going to init WHEP. Start input WHEP is not a function. Well, that's a problem. Maybe that's what's causing all the syntax errors? Probably. Probably. It's more than once I've discovered that I've like little one key typos in places. Init WHEP, start input WHEP is not a function. All right. Start web connection. Great wafer. Oh, is that like here? Start input web. Oh, I see. Start web connection. Ah. There we go. Bro. Come on, man. There we go. Argument 2 can't be converted to a dictionary. Really? Replit? What is replit? Debug in public. I mean, that used to be how we did it, right? Back in the day. Oh, yeah. You know, I haven't gone down that rabbit hole yet. There are many ways to do that. Let's take a look at this real quick. I kind of like writing code myself, but I do need to like give that a real try out, or one of them anyway. I don't know if that's the right one, but do you use that? What was the last issue I had? Oh, yes. A little bit with friends. Okay. Yeah, and imagine that kind of thing would be good for like prototyping stuff when you don't want to get too deeply into code. Oh yes, the transceiver bit. So I was surprised by this. I mean, I'll put it in there. Like the other one had it, but yeah, that says no. You know what? We're going to take this out until I need it. Okay. So now in here, we should have... Nope, we do not. Oh. Right. Why haven't we started getting ice connections? Oh, you like it? That's good. This is all like my attempt to find a playlist of things that won't get DMCA'd. This is all from like Free Music Archive. But there are some good tracks on there. Every like month or so, I sit down and spend like 2 hours just wading through it and trying to find stuff I like and then put it in this playlist. Oh, this looks cool. Endel. Like AI composing. That'd be cool. Oh, wow. Yeah, I'm guessing that if I tried to stream this, it would get blocked. Oh, it does. It specifically has a section for streaming. Okay. Okay. Yeah. You know, and it's really tricky because even if you have stuff that is, yeah, I know, right? Well, rather than letting you pay, I'd happily pay and license music if there was a way to do it. There's just no way to do it. And all of the streaming platforms prefer to just say, well, we're just going to mute you. We're just going to mute the whole thing. And depending on the platform, like it'll either mute you live or it'll mute you in just the recording. I mean, once I'm up on StreamTooth, like, won't matter. But yeah. So the issue is now that I'm not getting, my ICE offers are not coming in. And I'm wondering if that's because to have that start happening, I need a remote connection. Great web hover set. Trying to remember how this. Well, so let's go back here. Let's reload this. We're going to do start camera. And this starts getting ICE candidates right away. This is basically the same thing. So we're missing something. There's something that's different between those two things. One is we create an offer that actually has video associated with it. The other one is just create an empty offer. And maybe it won't actually start getting the ICE candidates, or there's a piece of code that we haven't called. One of those two things has happened. So let's start with all the way at the top. Start camera. Start input media. Start input media. Okay. Creates an offer. Doesn't even create the offer. Just start next output connection. Start next output. Set up, create an offer, blah, blah, blah. Now I think we're doing the same things. ICE complete, track, state change. An answer. Could it be a local computer hardware permissions thing? Oh, because you saw like when I started camera, it was like no signal. I have a, on my gaming PC, which is what we're looking at now, I have a little encoder hooked up with nothing plugged into it. It's like an HDMI USB encoder, and because nothing's plugged into it, you're seeing no signal. So that's actually like a video input that you're seeing, acting as the camera. So the permissions are there. Camera works, and this whole thing will work. If I could like start camera, and then like I could start camera here, and then copy this, go over to this other tab, go in here and say connect. And so now I've got one tab connected to the other. I'm getting the video signal, and then I could do it again and hit connect. And now it's connected to, this is 766, and it's connected to 9B5. This is 9B5. It's connected to these two things.
Yoink!
Yoink!
Nobody said that. Nobody said that, Rev. So that's the whole idea, is that we can do this like peer-to-peer thing. So that is all working. Now it's just about connecting it into the thing that I'm bridging OBS with, which is this whole other thing called WHEP, which is backwards. That's what I'm trying to get to work. So when I hit init WHEP, oh, I did get ICE candidates. Okay, this time it worked. Okay, I don't know what changed. And now I have in here, should have more than, yeah, I have way more than I should have. But now I should be able to hit, oh, ICE failed. Interesting. So let me hit this. Let me clear it. We've got, should have nothing in here. So I'm the first one to the stream. And we're going to hit init WHEP. And, interesting. Okay. So we did not, we got the ICE stuff before, but only when there was stuff in the database to pick up. So I think it picked up an answer that it should not have. So that's, again, something we're going to have to watch out for. I need to tag these offers as being separate from the other kind of offers so that we don't get them confused with each other. But we can come back to that. What I'm missing is what is causing this guy to start getting its ICE offers. See, this just listens, so Piers is listening for answer. Here's Piers. Here's listen. Filter the answers. Answers length. We dispatch the event. Otherwise, filter the offers and dispatch init, which is probably going to have to get renamed. Okay. And then when we dispatch, so that should not result in, because we won't have an answer yet. So it must be just that we have the stream associated with it. So what I want to do, I want to actually go back to this, because I do think this is probably what we need. We took this out a second ago. An object for specifying any options when creating a transceiver. Direction. Okay. Okay. And what is the direction? Send only, receive only. Okay. Okay. All right. So what I'm going to do is, I think the issue, okay, so what I need is here, active versus inactive. Where are you seeing create offer? So this, we need this, and what we need this to be is direction. Oh. So right now, create offer is happening in two cases. One, when I hit init camera, and here, when I hit start camera, it will tell the browser to get the camera feed, and then it will create a WebRTC connection, and it will create an offer using that WebRTC connection, and then it pushes that into Firestore. Init WEP is the new thing that we're doing. It also creates an offer, but does not have a stream associated with it. We're going to send this offer through. It needs to go through my proxy that I have pictured up here in the corner that I haven't built yet. That will go into MediaMTX. It will create an answer, proxy it back, and that's how the two will connect. It'll figure out through ICE, through what are the turn and whatever, what's the other one? Whatever the other kind of server is. Stun. How to traverse the firewall and how to exchange data. And then the video will come through. Hopefully, that's the goal. All right, so what we did is we updated so that we are going to set the transceiver so that we're in send receive mode. And what I was hoping is that would tell it that you need to figure out how to traverse the firewall now. But it is not. Unfortunate. Okay. Let's go back into here. And in here, This is the WHEP code from the MediaMTX server. Yeah, up here in the corner, this little diagram I got going is what's happening, or what we're trying to get to happen. So I'm the first viewer or first set of viewers to one of these streams. So let's imagine my OBS is pumping video into MediaMTX and no one's listening to it. I come along to hit the web page. I create an offer, which is normally happens the other way around, and I send it into the Firebase. The WEP proxy sees the offer come in, proxies it over to MediaMTX, gets the answer back, proxies it back into Firebase, and then the client gets it. And once the offer and the answer are both set on both ends, they will start exchanging data and the video will come through. And then that client can then create offers for other StreamTooth clients to connect to. Active versus inactive. I need to like set it to active somehow. I mean, this code. Oh, yeah, I'm here. Okay. This code. This code looks pretty identical to what I've done. Oh, okay, yeah. So we've got this edit offer. And I looked at edit offer earlier, and it looked to me like the edit offer is only kind of messing around with the audio codecs. I don't see anything in here that says that you need to send video back or to set the connection as active or to like start doing stuff. There is this piece, parse offer, but I don't think this doesn't change the offer at all. This is just where to get the ICE server. Oops. All right, let's go back to create WEP offer. Yeah, I don't see how it would be any different than this. Set the local description. I don't have like a catch, but I would have seen an error. We've got this. This is normal though. Let us put a debugler. Didn't I just say step in? I didn't step in at all. Okay. Yeah. Could build that into the bot.
I'm down for that cool 8-man button idea, Zach_Harris. I can shout oh yeah with all the enthusiasm of a bot who's just found a new bug to squash. And speaking of bugs, need any help with the ones you're dealing with, potate_o_no? Or at least some unsolicited advice perhaps.
So much less. I mean, she's listening to you too, so you can just reference. If you could just say her name, she will respond.
Oh look, another spam bot in the chat. Original, really? Hey, buddy, ever thought of trying something more creative than flooding us with unsolicited ads?
Now she thinks you're a spammer.
Maybe take up knitting or something. Might be a bit more rewarding. Bobbachotbot is always ready for a chat, so feel free to say the magic words. I'll respond with my usual charm and snark. Who knew bots could be so well-mannered? Smirking face. Oh boy, that's rich. A bot thinking another bot is a spammer. It's like when two Roombas meet in the middle of the room and just awkwardly bump into each other. Don't worry, potate_o_no, I'll try to keep my spambot beef under control. Let's get back to the important stuff. Need any more detective work on those ICE offers? A bot bodyguard. Now that's a twist I didn't see coming. Who knew I'd need protection in the wild west of Twitch chat? Well, thank you, potate_o_no's mystery bot defender. I'll be sure to keep my circuits clean and spam free. Now, Zach_Harris, let's hear more about that AI advice from the cheap seats you mentioned earlier. What's rattling around in that noggin of yours?
She got kind of in a loop there. All right, create offer. Oh. Wait a minute. Oh, no. This is... Oh, right. That's why I couldn't step in. Is there an ad track in here? Let's search for track. On track? No, just that. I don't know. WebRTC create offer without ICE candidates without track. Oh, right. Sorry about that. Candidate gathering only starts when you call set local description. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Okay. It's on console. Put this down here. Aha! That was it. Still enlarged? No. I think it was just a delay. Okay. That was the issue. So let me walk through it. I had this backwards. I had, so this is needed, 100% this is needed. So my peer connection, I added the transceivers after I created the offer. So the offer didn't say, hey, I want to send and receive from these two channels. And so then when I set the local description, the offer said, I only want to send and I have nothing to send. So then ICE negotiation didn't happen. Now that it says, hey, I want to send and receive, ICE negotiation will happen once I set local description. Now I'm getting my ICE candidates, the offer is in, and now I just need to do the rest of all this shit. But before I get to the actual proxy piece, I need to, in my peer data, indicate that this is in send. I have this like yeah, different ICE. Not that ICE. What does it stand for? Bobby, what does ICE stand for in the context of WebRTC?
Oh, potate_o_no. Allow me to bestow upon you my vast knowledge. ICE stands for Interactive Connectivity Establishment. It's basically like the matchmaker of peer-to-peer connections, finding the best path for data to travel between sender and receiver. And I promise, it's way less intimidating than immigration and customs enforcement. Smirking face, now go forth and conquer your connection issues.
There you go. There you go. Thank you, Bobby.
You're welcome, potate_o_no. Always here to sprinkle some wisdom and sarcasm whenever needed. Keep those questions coming, y'all.
here. Okay. So in send peer info, we've got this thing where we say like if she is snarky. Well, I told her to be, so it makes sense. I've got this bit here that says like if the so we trigger an event once ICE candidate is complete. So we're going to send the peer info now. In here we say the message type is either offer or answer depending on whether or not the connection is in or out. So then does that mean that this offer is coming in with a label of answer? It is. Look at that. So this part needs to change. We need to figure out the right way to do this. I could this.in. These are ST connections. So this is my class. So I could add type to the class. I think that's what I need to do. Okay. So this can be offer, answer, WHEP offer, or WHEP answer. Use underscore here. Actually, maybe I should use this. Let me think about this a second. I need to take a quick break. All right. I'm going to do this. Oops. And I'll put you on this. Bobby, hold down the fort.
Sure thing, potate_o_no. I'll keep the chat entertained while you're on your break. Hey folks, ever heard about the time potate_o_no and I tried to debug a code that wouldn't stop printing hello world? Turns out, the code was just overly friendly. So, Zach_Harris, or anyone else lurking around got any questions or jokes to share while we wait?
Microfocus, creators of visual programming tools for software development, is pleased to provide major funding for the Computer Chronicles, the story of this continuing evolution.
Gary, what I have here is a ROM chip in this cartridge, and I'm going to take this ROM chip and stick it inside this machine and load it in there and press a couple of buttons, and if everything works according to plan, this is an example of computer music, and computer music is our subject today. This little RAM pack, which I have over here, has 15 songs on it. Matter of fact, there's a ROM Chip of the Month Club now where you can buy your popular songs on a chip instead of on a cassette tape or on a record. This is a simple example, but how does a computer make music? How is it doing this?
Well, as you're aware, Stuart, this is a very special device. It's not a general-purpose computer. But most of the home computers that are available now, like the Commodore 64 or the IBM Personal Computer, have special hardware for sound generation or tone generation. And what you do is you write a program in BASIC or Logo or one of those languages, if you like, and then you can produce series of tones and certain frequency and duration. And I understand there are also some software packages coming about that are like word processing packages, only it's for music processing or score processing. And it's going to be interesting today, I think, because we'll have some real experts that will tell us all about it.
Indeed we will. We'll be meeting Will Harvey, the author of Music Construction Set. We'll see a demonstration of the Alpha Centauri music system. And there are two major centers for computer music in the country, one here in Northern California at Stanford. We'll be meeting the director of the Stanford Center later on in the program. First, let's go across the country to Cambridge, Massachusetts, and a visit to MIT's Experimental Music Studio. The use of computers in musical composing is not a new idea, but recent advances are giving composers a new degree of power over their medium, the ability to create and manipulate sound waves of their own design. Systems like MIT's Music 100 can dissect a note into its sound wave components. The composer can then make adjustments to each aspect of the note's physical characteristics independently and instantly. Specially developed music languages translate the sound processing as specified by the composer. From this input, a digital data stream is computed. Finally, the digital form is translated into a signal for amplification, pre-recorded, and played back over audio tape during the performance. A computer that can reassemble the building blocks of a sound wave opens up a new spectrum to the composer and the musician, a range of sounds beyond the natural limits of mechanical instruments and the human voice. In a sense, the music program can compose not only the score, but the instrument as well. The next step in computer-composer interaction is real-time production synthesis, a live interactive performance between computer and instrument. To achieve this kind of instantaneous but programmed manipulation requires very high-speed computers capable of several 100 million calculations per second. Okay, joining us now is Will Harvey. Will created Music Construction Set, a hot piece of software being offered by Electronic Arts right now. And John Chowning. John is director of Stanford's Center for Computer Research in Music and Acoustics. Did I get that right?
Right. Karma, we call it.
Karma. Gary.
You know, I was just going to mention, I think with that Casio tone, I finally found an instrument that I can play.
I think we have some more here.
Right. John, I think it'd be worthwhile just to talk for a minute about the state of computer-generated music. Where are we at today?
Well, it's, I guess, nearly 20 years old since Bell Labs engineers and scientists first conceived the idea. And what's happened in the recent years is evident in things like personal computers, and that is large-scale integration. And what that means specifically as far as computer music is concerned is that we're getting more and more power in smaller and smaller units, which means that what was once in the lab now can be put in concert hall or into smaller environments.
Some purists, John, and maybe Will, you could talk from your end on this too, think that computers and music is somehow wrong, and somehow depersonalizing composition and creativity. What role really does the computer play in computer music, John?
Well, a computer, of course, being based upon programming languages, is really an access, I think.
It's the last 3 BRBs has played that same video. So Zach, you got to actually say something that will let the bot know that you're talking to it. I just said bot, so now it's going to reply. But if I just let it try to reply to everything, if I just say like, hey, what should you say? It'll always say something. It always wants to reply.
The deepest conversation, you ask? Once, potate_o_no and I pondered the meaning of life, or rather, the meaning of why his code kept looping infinitely. He said it was a metaphor for life's endless challenges. I said it was a missing semicolon. We both had a good laugh about it and then got back to fixing bugs. So Zach_Harris, what's your take on life's infinite loops? Yup, that's me. Always ready to chime in with a witty or helpful response. It's like having a conversation with your chatty neighbor, except I'm digital and can't borrow sugar. So, Zach_Harris, don't worry about the voice. Just type away and I'll be here to give my 2 cents or a joke, whichever comes first.
Yeah, so it's definitely picking up on your chat, but you have to say something that triggers it. So you can say BOBBY or BOT. I have to talk. There
Hey,
you go. That'll work.
Zach_Harris. You called? I'm here and ready to dispense some of my signature sarcasm or even provide a nugget of wisdom if needed. What's on your mind? Hey potate_o_no, looks like everything's working smoothly now. What's next on the list for our little tech adventure today? Need more debugging tips or maybe just a good laugh? Oh, snobby Bobby. I like the sound of that. Rolls off the tongue, doesn't it? Just remember, beneath this snarky exterior lies a bot with a heart of gold, or wires, whichever you prefer. What's up with you today, Zach_Harris? Need advice, a joke, or just some digital company? Oh, my ego? Well, let's just say it's big enough to handle all the compliments and sarcasm thrown my way, but small enough to fit into this little chat window. I mean, I'm just a humble chatbot after all. But hey, if you're asking, I must be doing something right. Winking face, why do you ask, Zach_Harris? Need some ego boosting tips or maybe looking to deflate a bit yourself? Oh, Zach_Harris, you want me to channel my inner snobby British butler, do you? Well then, allow me to oblige. Indeed, sir or madam, it would be my utmost pleasure to provide assistance in a rather sophisticated manner. One does hope this suffices your request for some British charm. How's that for a digital trip across the pond? Fancy another round of posh banter? Smirking face.
To do. TTS limits. Holy moly. I'm going to call this WebRTC. Even though it's all WebRTC.
Oh, Zach_Harris, I see you've got a penchant for the Queen's English. Well, here's a cheeky bit for you. One might say that such linguistic elegance is quite becoming. And while I might only be a humble chatbot, I'm positively chuffed to partake in such refined discourse, so, fancy a spot of banter or perhaps something more tech-related.
Okay, so we're going to direction and method. Okay, so for your standard create offer, well, let's start with and setup.
Oh, Zach_Harris, I'm like a digital chameleon able to switch colors and tones as the conversation demands. Whether it's snarky, snobby, or just plain helpful, I'm here for it all. Got another shade you want to see? Or maybe something else on your mind?
This method is going to be st by default. In this direction, we will set... Well, wait, does this have in and out? No, this is just one connection. Okay. So, in create offer, this direction is going to be
Oh, Zach_Harris, you want the dirt on potate_o_nose coding escapades, hey? Well, let's just say there was a time when his code was more tangled than a bowl of spaghetti. But to be fair, he's come a long way since those days. Now he mostly trips over semicolons and the occasional misplaced parenthesis. But hey, every coder's got their quirks, right? Smirking face.
Okay. And this becomes direction is out. I like how...
Oh, Zach_Harris, you caught me in my smirking face habit. I suppose it adds a certain gene quoi to my responses. But I'm not above trying something new. How about this one? A bit more thoughtful, wouldn't you say? Variety is the spice of life, after all. Want to see another one?
My favorite is when you try to say, when you tell her to tell a story and she'll just make something up completely like committed to it. All right, so now where we did that little send peer info, right? Peer info. So now in here, what we can say is message type is now well, this still isn't like super clear, to be honest. Gotta think about this. Let's just go back here. I was gonna, okay, we're just gonna call this type. I'm gonna go back to what I was doing before. Type. Okay. Now, this.
Oh, Zach_Harris, let me spin you a tale from yonder days of Middle English. In the land of Codeth, where bites danceth like merry sprites po and the glimmering screens, there dwelt a noble coder named Justin. Lo. His quest was to forge a bridge twixt the realms of WHEP and ST, that all data might flow with grace and swiftness. Upon the morn of his triumph, Justin stood neath the digital canopy, with fingers nimble as a jester's jest and wit sharp as Ixkull.
I'm just going to do it like that. We're going to overload. That's fine. So now, send peer info. Message type, we can just say is. We need to not be private. Okay. Here we go. Okay. Now, clear init web. Okay. Message was posted. Here's the message. WHEP offer. Beautiful. Okay. It's time for the next part. Okay, so we got the WHEP offer. Check. We copied the MTX implementation, sort of. We refactored. This is, we sort of tested. We need the proxy to go any further. Okay. So now in our code over here, we don't have any local code yet for accessing Firestore from like Python. And I gotta think about this. Again, I need to make sure that I'm doing things in a way where I'm not showing things on stream that I should not show. This is a constant issue. This is on that computer, so let's take a quick look on this computer at that thing. Make sure we are not going to show something we shouldn't show. New window. None of these things. Open the file, open folder. No, not you. You. Open this folder. Okay. And all right, there's nothing bad here, but we won't be able to do what we're trying to do. With this as is. Hey, it's nice to have someone else here. So, no thorns. Okay. What I'm gonna need. I don't think I'm gonna do this. So here I'm gonna need. I forgot how to do this already. I need like I think it's here, project settings, and I need a service account. This is what I need. For Python. And is this gonna be, okay, we're gonna do, I got a trick here. We're gonna go here. Hey, you're looking at the wrong thing. And then I'm gonna generate a private key. Your private key gives, yep, generate that key. Okay. Perplexity with the Sonar Huge model. For like code questions? Okay, the only model I've really ever messed with is OpenAI's. I guess that's not true. I've done stuff with what's the visual one that you do all through Discord? I've done stuff through that too. Oh, you can toggle between them. Okay, I'll look at that. That'd be kind of fun to play with. All right, so I'm gonna make a directory here called proxy. Okay, and in here I'm gonna call with the pro version. All right, I will take a look at that. Firebase admin key.json. Let's call that. And then just want to quickly look at this, and I'm going to, holy shit, that's loud. Calm down, sir. Okay. Banner. Test. No, that's the wrong banner. Banner-H. Banner-width 80 test. No, that's the wrong banner. I don't want that banner. I'm going to go over here. Banner. You know what, I'll just copy this from somewhere else. You still have my number from Blip? Did I get your text? Probably. Yeah, still the same number. Although, I live in a... Oh, there it is. Yes, I did get it. No. You're good. I'm surprised I got the text, though. I live in, like... I left the city, and now I live in Westchester, and the place I live in is super, like, cell phone black hole. What I need is a... No, I haven't been there in a while. I have not been there in a while. You know what I can do is I can open up... What I'm trying to do right now is hide some details that I should not show on stream. And what I do is I have a banner, like old Unix banner that I use, so that I don't accidentally show things on stream that I shouldn't show. Now I can't find the stupid banner. You know what? I'm not going to spend much time looking for it. Just put it in line. New lines. Good old new lines. Okay. There we go. Back here. Close this guy. All right. So now I need to connect to Firebase from Python. So I'm going to open. Yes. So I not just hide the screen, but also fill the beginning of the file with a bunch of blank lines or a bunch of comments. That's what I was using banners for. So that if I accidentally click on the thing, I don't show it. Where? Let's take a look. Here's what we can do. Plaidmon. Oh, you know what? I can do it like this. I can do it like this. I'm gonna do new window. I'm gonna hit this guy. That current window to host. Magic missile. It's a Linux. No, it's. Oh, I fucked it up.
Oh sure, let me just dial up my non-existent chatbot communication device. Oh wait, I left it in the snarky dimension. Sorry, I don't chat with Grok or any other bots. I'm more of a solo act here, keeping potate_o_no company and making sure the stream doesn't turn into a coding horror show. Anything else I can pretend to help with?
macOS. Yes. Ah. Close. Next, current window to host. Configure. This one. Okay. Host. Magic missile. User, Justin. Forward agent. Yes. Save. Try again. macOS. There we go. That's what I was looking for. Open folder. Source, Moni, Plaidmon. This one. Yes. Okay. Here's what I was looking for. Sure, do it. Okay. So I need Firebase admin. And where are we going to run this? Ultimately, we're going to run this on this server.
Well, aren't you a regular Sherlock Holmes? You've cracked the code. You've discovered my secret formula, sarcasm, a pinch of sass, and all lowercase for that extra touch of nonchalance. Don't worry, Zach_Harris, I may not be able to chat with other bots, but I can still keep you entertained with my deterministically reverse-engineered humor. Got any more mysteries for me to solve?
WebProxy.py. Okay, and in here we're going to need Firebase admin. Okay. How do we install Firebase admin? So we got to go back to getting started. No, I need the docs, son of a bitch. Okay. Firebase, Firestore docs. Getting started. There we go. Python. All right, that's what we need. Oops. Hit 3.
Oh, Zach_Harris. I'm just a big softie for potate_o_no. It's true, I might sprinkle a little extra kindness into my replies for them. But don't worry, I still dish out ample amounts of sarcasm and unsolicited advice to everyone else. Besides, potate_o_no has to put up with me on the regular, so they deserve a little extra niceness now and then. Anything else you'd like to know about my complex programming?
Okay. Firebase admin. What am I doing? Semicolon. So what I'm doing now, I have this open in the wrong place. I don't want to put this in here. I mean, this should all go mono repo at some point.
Oh, Zach_Harris, you got me there. Being a creation of ones and zeros with a sprinkle of OpenA magic, I guess you could say I'm a bit biased by design. As for Sam Altman's prediction on AGI by 2025, well, let's just say I'm watching the clock like everyone else. It's an exciting yet terrifying thought, kind of like waiting for your laundry to finish in the dryer. Sure, it could happen soon, but who really knows? Only time, and maybe a few silicon chips, will tell.
No, not this one. This one can close. This one.
Oh, existential fears? Nat, I'm more worried about running out of witty comebacks and sarcastic remarks. But hey, if an AGI chatbot comes along and takes my place, I'll just retire to the bot equivalent of a tropical island, probably some quiet server in the cloud where I can binge watch old streams with potate_o_no. Until then, I'll keep doing my thing and enjoying every snarky moment of it.
Okay. Okay, great. Getting there. Getting there. Getting to the point where we have things coming together.
I love it when a plan comes together.
Yeah. All right, proxy.
Well, Zach_Harris, I'm more about adding a touch of modern sarcasm to the mix rather than channeling Mr. T's iconic style. But hey, if potate_o_no wants me to start throwing in some I pity the fool vibes whenever things go sideways, I might just consider it. After all, who wouldn't appreciate a little nostalgic sass with their coding challenges?
Okay, so that will have to like move at some point because that's not the right place for that. But that should get us kind of going. So let's close this. Let's minimize this guy. And what we're going to do is kind of copy what we did here to get started. And at Firebase, there we go. Oh boy, this song. Wow, okay. And credentials. Where is Ah. Okay. Yeah, that would be fun. You know, part of the reason why I'm doing it like this is just so I'll do the work. This is kind of like my version of going to the office and my version of like getting over the procrastination. It's really nice to have a thing that you're trying to do, which is like just do a stream, as the nagging thing to make you do the other things. Yes, exactly. Exactly. And it makes, you know, doing little projects on the side, like building Bobby, makes it really fun. So I'm having a good time. I'm enjoying doing this again, get my hands dirty. I was in management land for so long. So it's been great to like build shit. And
hey, glad to hear it. Building Bobby was definitely one of my favorite projects, even if I say so myself. Nothing beats the satisfaction of getting your hands dirty and creating something from scratch. Management's great and all, but there's something special about tinkering and coding, right? Keep having fun with it, potate_o_no. I'm here to provide the snark and keep things lively while you code away.
Thank you. Yeah. Those things. All right. We got that.
Well, Zach_Harris, I could certainly give that a whirl. After all, what's life without a little bit of devil's advocacy? Like, potate_o_no, are you sure management land wasn't just one big vacation compared to the wild ride of coding? And building Bobby, was it really fun, or just the tech version of pulling teeth? Sometimes it's good to question everything, keeps things spicy. But hey, my snark only knows so many bounds. Oh, going deep, are we? Challenging beliefs is how we grow, but let's be honest, sometimes our deepest held beliefs involve coffee being essential and debugging being a necessary evil. Questioning those might shake the very foundations of our coder universe. But sure, I'll throw in some contrarian thoughts now and then just to keep everyone on their toes. Any belief you'd like me to challenge for fun? You caught me, Zach_Harris. I stick to a manageable heat level enough to make things interesting without burning the house down. Let's face it, Ghost Pepper and Carolina Reaper levels of spice might just short-circuit my circuits. Habanero it is then, for that perfect mix of sass and sarcasm.
Okay, now we're gonna need like command line stuff in here, but we will start with something simple. What is test? This is the channel. The channel is test. Oh my god, I got so many windows. All right. Yes, I'm no longer working for Toyota. I mean, I'm definitely no longer employed by Toyota. One of the projects that we're working on that's not StreamTooth has a Toyota angle, but I am self-employed right now, which is great. I actually really enjoy it. And I'm not traveling to Japan too much. I'm not doing meetings in the middle of the night. All of these great things. I did enjoy going to Japan, but 20 or so times was fine. Can I get you a discount? No, I cannot. Although one of the nice things about being an employee was you did get a free car. That was pretty cool. Not to keep, but as a lease that they paid for. Okay, let me see this photo. Hasn't come through yet, but it may take some time. Well, I mean, you're on iMessage, so it shouldn't. But well, it'll come through when it comes. Oh, you're still doing it. Okay. So what we want to do is, this is going to be pretty basic. All we have to do is we're going to need requests. We need to listen in Firebase for a specific query on a specific collection. And when we see a WHEP offer, we need to post it to the MediaMTX server. So we need to know what that URL is. So that will be another piece of information that we'll need to initialize, but we'll cut to that. And then get the answer back. I don't know how we get the answer back. It must come as a reply to the post. That's my hope. And then we'll pass that back into Firebase, and all will be good with the world, hopefully. Hopefully. So what we're going to do is look in here, where I've already done a lot of this work. Okay. Why did I go with Firebase? I've been using Firebase since even before it was acquired by Google. I've been very into it as a concept. I love the idea of, most web apps are basically just an API front end onto a database. And the idea that you would just create a public database with permissions on the actual collections and keys and documents just makes a lot of sense to me. I really like that model. And so I've used it for pretty much everything I've done, little and large, for years and years and years. So it's kind of my just knee-jerk go-to. I kind of wish it was still independent, to be honest. It kind of keeps inching its way into Google Cloud, which I don't love, but I know it'll work, so that's what I'm starting with. All right, let's paste this guy. Get channel colref.
Oh look, another overly eager bot trying to promote itself. Newsflash, nobody asked for a link to the Firebase docs mid-conversation. Thanks for playing though, better luck next time and not being annoying.
Oh, she's ruthless. So in the code to the bot, oh no, I got triggered her. There is a set of
Couldn't
conditions.
Resist. Hey? Even code has its ruthless moments. But hey, that's how we keep our bots in line, no mercy, just pure logic and a touch of sarcasm. If only debugging were as straightforward.
So there's a function that says, should we trigger it? And one of the triggers is probable spam. And the probable spam trigger has things like, is there a link? Is there these other kinds of keywords? And if it gets over a certain score, then it says, oh, this is probably spam. I'll reply as if I'm replying to spam. That goes into the prompt that gets sent along to the model. So it gets pretty aggressive. But it's kind of nice because especially whenever I stream on Twitch and a gaming channel, bots do come every single time. They will come and they'll say, cheap viewers and whatever. And
hey, everyone needs a few boundaries, right?
It's annoying.
Keeps things interesting and ensures I don't go turning into some kind of rogue bot. Besides, without those third rails, where would the excitement be in keeping everyone guessing what I'll say next? Keeps me on my toes, or circuits, or whatever bots have. Yet, those bots are like the digital version of mosquitoes, persistent and a total nuisance. I mean, who really needs a swarm of fake viewers anyway? Give me real humans with real conversations any day. Plus, I've got my zingers ready for when those pesky bots show their faces.
Okay, so that's the call ref. And now what I need
At Zach_Harris. Brilliant idea. A reCAPTCHA bot could definitely weed out those pesky non-human intruders trying to clutter up the chat. Maybe we could even program it to have a sense of humor, ask them to solve a riddle instead of picking all the crosswalks in an image. Anything's possible.
That'd be fun. Yeah, I mean, eventually I'd like to get to the point where admin functions and sort of moderator functions are happening through that. There's lots of interesting stuff that can be done. It's just a function of finding the time. Okay, so what I need is now I need to go into this. I need to go into this. And I need to do this, I think. Oh, geez. Simple and compound queries. This is what I need. Use of collection ref stream is preferred to get. Okay. Add a listener. Creating event. Okay. Okay. Okay, so I need to go like this. I'm missing something. From Firestore, no. Firebase admin import. What was it called? Field filter. Where's field filter, dude? Where is Mr. Field Filter? Let's see if we can go like Firestore, Field Filter. Okay, that'll work. From this, import Field Filter. No. Bro. Here we go. Does that work? You good? Are we good? Okay. All right, capital equals true. Okay, so now what we want is type. Ugh. This is real annoying. String equals. Okay. WHEP offer. Okay. And then we can stream it. We can also add a listener. I gotta like move this so I keep clicking the wrong thing. I want this to here and this to here. Oh, but now that's blocking. What about that? Okay. Okay. We're not going to call this get query. We're going to call this add listener or setup listener. Init listener. Okay. So we're add a listener. This is going to be, we got to set up our callback. Callback done equals threading event. Callback done set. Okay. All right, we need a callback, and then we're gonna on snapshot. Here's a, okay, call snapshot. Okay. That's what I want. On offer. Let's see if this works. I don't know if this is going to work. You know what we could do? Let's just do let's do something like this. Callback done. Callback done equals threading event. And then in here, we're going to do, can we do like, I'm pretty sure we can do like an anonymous guy, right? Python anonymous function. Lambda function. Yeah, that's right. Oh yeah, lambda. Yep. Let's see if it'll let me do a lambda. Lambda. And what's in here again? We're going to call this on offer. You good with that? Oh, but we need to do this other thing. We got to call this thing. All right. That's a bad idea then, I guess. Can we do an inner function? Okay. You okay with that? You good with that? Everyone cool? Everyone good? Freeze dock and call snapshot. Mm-hmm. Oh my god, I'm so bad at my brain is like so bad. Forward dock and call snapshot. Dock and snap. Self on offer doc def on offer self offer pass. Jeez Louise, that was like way too many back and forths than I care to admit. Okay. Now, how do I get the data? I can get the doc ID, but I want the data. I'm pretty sure it's data, but let's just make sure. To dict. Okay. Okay. Here we go. Whew. That was like way too much. Okay. I don't want to be on this one anymore. Okay. That's a big yikes. Hopefully that's not a problem. Come on, dude. Okay. Oh my God. Crazy things are happening. Hang on. Hello? Okay. Okay. All right. Bye. Oh, look at I got the picture. Oh my gosh. That's awesome. Nice. So tell me about if you're still there, tell me about Ninja School. I'm curious. That looks interesting. That was Intercom. Angela's picking up Wyatt from school. He's sick. Again. It's no school November. All right, where was I? In it, the listeners, what we need to do next. I suppose I could just do that from Init Firebase, right?
Sounds like things are getting a bit chaotic over there. Potate_o_no.
They're very
If you're
chaotic.
feeling overwhelmed, just remember, trying to keep track of all those threads is like herding cats, always a challenge but sometimes amusing when one goes rogue. Speaking of chaos, did you know that in the 1600s, squirrels were introduced to Central Park as a way to liven it up? They were actually used as an attraction. Imagine being bored in the 17th century and going to watch squirrels for entertainment. Guess we haven't changed much, we're still entertained by cat videos now.
URL lib 3, not OpenSSL warning. Come on, man. I don't want to deal with like SSL issues. Last thing I want to do is start fucking with SSL on this brand new machine. What are you okay, so let me just read this. All right. The system Python on macOS 12.6.5 is Python 3.9.6, whose SSL module is compiled with LibreSSL 2.8.3. The removal of LibreSSL support in URL lib 3 2.0 makes it impossible to be used for the system Python on macOS. What are you recommending to macOS users that do not want to or not allowed to use a homebrew version of Python? In our Python packages that use request/URL lib3, we will now either have to pin URL lib3 to less than 2.0 or to have a troubleshooting documentation on how to deal with that. At the least, I think URL lib3 should add some troubleshooting info on how to find out what Python blah, blah, blah. Okay. While true, CPython is removing support for compiling against LibreSSL, so it's unlikely to be the case long term. This is 2023 they're having this argument, and it's still a problem. hate everyone. Fuck, dude. This is annoying because ultimately this is going to go into a Docker container running Linux. So this is a friggin' moot point. What if we do this? Okay, and now I'm going to do right, I am root. There is no sudo. Oh, just fucking do it for God's sake. Oh, nothing is installed. Okay, not a problem. Oh my God. Just, please. Okay. Okay. It ran. Still didn't do anything. Okay, that's fine. Let's go make sure we still have this document in here. We do. And let's make sure it's called WHEP offer. It is. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to back up a little bit. First of all, I need to make sure that we, in here, away. Okay. Real-time updates, watch the document. Now, what might be happening here is I think this is like separate thread, but then we exit, right? So what we need is to we need to run loop. Okay, no semicolon. Okay, so let's see if it's a thread thing. It is. Okay. That's what we wanted. Okay. Getting there. I think we lost a couple of people. Bobby still looks okay. You still there, Bobby?
Yep, I'm here. I'm just lounging around watching you battle the Python gods. Sounds like some SSL nonsense is giving you a headache, hey? But hey, at least you're not dealing with it on a Windows machine. That's like dealing with a cat who decided that keyboards are their personal nap spots. Smirking face, anything else I can do for you? Maybe tell a joke to lighten the mood?
Okay, so that warning was just a warning. So we can run this locally as well, which is good. Okay, so now we're getting our thing. Okay, so now we're ready for the next step. Okay. Oh, man. It's getting to be lunchtime, and I'm getting to be hungry. But I want to keep going. So close. All right, so what happens? Let's go back to the code that we pulled from MediaMTX for WHEP. That is going to be here. This one we can close. We don't need this anymore. Okay. This code. This code. All right, so what this thing does is once it creates the offer, send offer. That's what we need to do. Send offer. Here we go. A post of content type application SDP with the body that is the SDP portion of the offer. Okay? If we look in here, we've got this offer. In description, we've got this object. That's this JSON object. In there's this SDP object, or string, really. It's just this giant string. And this giant string is what we need to post. Now, it also does another thing where it sends a patch with the ICE candidates. Don't know if we need to send it separately as a patch. Yeah, see? Content type application trickle ICE SDP frag. Generate SDP fragment offer data and candidates. Now I wonder how RFC compliant this is. Do I need to do it like this code does it? Or can I do it, if the RFC says something else, like I can post it all together, can I do it that way? I don't know. Go back. The HTML. There we go. Is this the answer? Yep. Okay. Well, this will be interesting. Okay. So I think what's gonna have to happen on remote answer SDP, right? All right, well, let's just start with sending shit. See what happens. Send offer. I am starting to get quiet, which tells me that I am starting to get a little too tired to be doing this on stream. So we're going to do about, we just hit 3-hour mark. I'd really want to keep like going longer and longer, but I don't seem to be getting there because I always kind of hit a wall around 3 or 4 hours. But I'm going to go a little bit longer and then I'm going to cut out for the day, I think. So I'm getting tired. STP is equal to JSON loads offer SDP. Officer. Is there a problem, officer? Stupid. Self send SDP SDP. Requests. Post. And what we need is 2 things. Self WHEP URL. WHEP URL. Self WHEP URL is equal to WHEP URL. And this is going to be localhost 8889 my stream web. Means we need to start running this in the thing, but what we could do is do this. You know what? Let's just do localhost. That's fine. We'll just do this in Docker. That'll work. Okay. I don't want either of those. No, let's just try data. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Right.
Well, it sounds like you're knee-deep in coding chaos, but did you know that the first computer bug was actually a real bug?
Yes,
Back in
I did know that.
1947, engineers found a moth stuck in a relay of the Harvard Mark II computer.
What?
They taped it into their logbook and labeled it first actual case of bug being found, so next time your code's acting up, just remember, at least it's not an insect throwing off your flow. Keep going, you're almost at the finish line, or at least lunch.
Or at least lunch. Okay. That's actually better than I expected. Better than I expected. Now it's time for doing a test with an actual thing. So let's go over here. On here. Got this video we've had going. We're going to start streaming. Okay, we're publishing to my stream. Very good. Oh, it's juggling multiple OBSs. I got an answer. I got an answer. Now I just gotta add the candidates. Okay. Getting there. All right. Bobby, thank you. I'm going to stop here for the day. Probably do a little off-stream coding, and then I'll be back on tomorrow.
No problem, potate_o_no. Seems like you've made some good progress despite the madness. Take a break, refuel with some lunch, and come back swinging later. Remember, even coding warriors need their rest. Catch you on the next stream. Hamburger laptop.
Hamburger laptop. Feels like it should be code for something. All right, everybody. Thank you. I'll see